Is Ethereum ready for a new all-time high in the month of May? Guys, May is coming up, a brand new month, and will Ethereum reach a new all-time high? That is something that we are going to discuss in today's video with the chart of Ethereum over here. We are also going to discuss Ethereum against Bitcoin, and we will be discussing a very interestingly looking altcoin. What we see over here, guys, the breakout structure that I was looking at last week is something that we finally got. I told you guys that I was waiting for this breakout structure on the 4-hourly time frame. Now what we see over here is still a range, with a range pivot number 1 over here, range pivot number 2 over here, and then we have a range pivot number 3 over here, giving us a high probability range. Something that is making me a bit cautious over here with this breakout structure is the fact that, first of all, the daily candle looks like a swing failure into that bearish daily fair value gap that we have over here, right? And a potential bearish swing fill of that high that I was talking about on the daily time frame. That is something I do not really like too much, but we cannot ignore the fact that we did get a bullish breakout structure over here on the 4-hourly time frame. Now realize that this pump over here took place during the weekend, which means that there's many people that FOMO'd into long positions over here. Now we have to think, guys, where are these people going to put their stop loss? They are going to put their stop loss beneath the wick over here. There's many stops resting right there. If we go to the lower time frame, I think there's also quite some stops resting over here, because people like to use a tight stop loss instead of a wider one. So that means that right now over here on Ethereum, yes, we got the breakout structure, but we have to be very cautious, because we have sales and liquidity over here. We are breaking down below the range low over here again, which means that I'm not interested in long positions until we take out this sell set over here. Either one of these two lows has to be swept in order for me to start looking for longs. Now that means that if this gets swept, there's two ways of playing this. The first way is the range low deviation anticipation play, in which we anticipate the price to deviate once again below the range low. We anticipate it, which means that we start looking for longs over here, or we wait for the deviation confirmation play, in which we are going to wait for the price to take out this sales and liquidity. We are going to wait for the price to get a local breakout structure back towards the upside and reclaim a pivotal range low, and that could be a long trigger over here as well. Position ourselves into a swing long and to target, in that case, the range high over here. Now, invalidation for this bullish thesis is if we are going to go and take out this wick over here. But as long as we hold that wick, price should remain bullish after this hour 4 break of structure over here towards the upside. What we do not like to see is to get a bearish break of structure to the downside over here, lower high and then a lower low. That is possible as well. So you want to be very careful. If we start opening and closing candles beneath this low, I think there's a decent probability that Ethereum is going to go and visit this low over here, which is why I am personally going to wait for Ethereum to either take out this low, or both of them. Give me confirmation over here, and then I will play the deviation anticipation play, which if we are going to get our confirmation over here, we're going to form a bottom over here. I'm going to engage with a long position, stop loss beneath the local low, and I'm going to target the range high liquidity pool for Ethereum. Now there's another reason why Ethereum is ready to pump potentially. Guys, what we can see over here is that Ethereum is forming a valid falling wedge. Now why is this a valid falling wedge? I've taught you guys that in order to get a valid falling wedge, which is the only pattern that I'm looking to play in a bull market, no triangles, nothing at all, only potential valid falling wedges, is the fact that we have 6 touches of the trend lines. 1, 2, 3 for the bottom trend line, and for the top trend line 1, 2. This is a deviation of the top trend line, beautiful deviation, and 3, which makes 6 taps in total. Now, more importantly though, besides the taps of these trend lines, is that the volume is dropping lower and lower while the falling wedge is being formed. Ignore this weird spike over here, guys. Look at the general volume, at the average volume. It's dropping lower and lower, which is the most important requirement for a valid falling wedge, which means that my bullish thesis on Ethereum turns out to be right. I think that if Ethereum is going to break out above this trend line over here, that is going to help Ethereum get that bullish push up towards a new yearly high, but eventually towards a new all-time high. Guys, very simple. Last week I spoke about Ethereum against Bitcoin, that this chart was looking extremely bullish and that we locked in a bullish divergence on the weekly time frame near the range lows. Now guys, this chart is still possible, and look at the push that we had over the past few days over here towards the upside on Ethereum against Bitcoin. Ethereum currently a lot stronger compared to Bitcoin, and I told you guys that it was gonna happen. The last confirmation that we need is, besides Forex and commodity trading, ETHvsBTC has now also introduced crypto futures trading. So you can now also trade Bitcoin, Ethereum and the numerous amounts of altcoins, next to the fact that I think that ETHvsBTC to trade Forex and commodities with your own funds instead of trading at prop firms like Private Funded, I think ETHvsBTC is the best place to do so. Make sure to sign up with the link down below in the description to receive a 7% deposit bonus. On the daily time frame, and is a candle open and candle close over here above this high that brought us to this first low, compared to this low that brought us to that high. We managed to shift structure over here on the daily time frame as well, instead of swing failing it, which is something that we are currently doing. I am 99% sure that the bottom on Ethereum against Bitcoin is in. Also looking at the previous cycles, it makes sense for the bottom to be in soon, because for example at the previous cycle Ethereum against Bitcoin bottomed when we had the Bitcoin halving. So it makes sense to get a kind of similar scenario over here, which makes me think even more that as long as Bitcoin behaves in a normal way, that Ethereum, that also means altcoins, and we are going to discuss a very interesting altcoin in a second, are going to outperform Bitcoin. The altcoin that I want to speak about today, guys, is BNB, because BNB is one of the altcoins that has been holding the strongest over the past few months. Most of the coins have dropped about 50%, but BNB over here has only dropped about 20% and has basically been ranging over here, which clearly looks like potential reaccumulation range. Okay, so we have a beautiful range with range pivot number 1 over here, the bottom of the green candle, range pivot number 2 over here, the yearly high, and the range pivot number 3 and number 4 over here, giving us a high probability range. Once again, guys, look at the respect of the mid-range, look at the respect of the quarterly level over here, resistance, 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 and then over here resistance. Two potential bullish scenarios. First things first, we have a bullish break of structure over here, which means that basically this entire pullback over here can remain bullish as long as we don't wick beneath this low over here. This is the invalidation, because this was the low that brought us to this fresh high over here, compared to this high that brought us to this lowest low. Okay, so we have a valid break of structure, guys. This is no valid break of structure. I've taught you guys why is this no valid break of structure, because this high did not bring us to a new low compared to this low that brought us to that high. It only has brought us to a higher low. All right, which means that the price on BSB is bullish because we had a valid break of structure over here. Two ways of playing this. First way is that I can see that over here on the local time frame that we are in a local downtrend. We are simply forming a high, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Bullish structure on the daily, bullish structure on the 4-hourly. We are testing a pivotal quarterly level over here, constant resistance over here, which means that a high that is currently the significant high to break, which is this one, because this is the high that brought us to the recent low. If we break this high, we are also going to break out above this quarterly level over here, which means that a potential bullish trigger could be to break through this high, play the higher low, and target the range high. And then we are looking at a potential valid setup with our stop loss beneath the local low. First target being the range high, but guys, if we are going to test the range high, then I'm expecting a bigger breakout. Now the only problem over here is that the RR is actually not that good, but it's a valid potential setup for BNB. So wait for a break of structure over here on the 1-hourly time frame, and then position yourself long on the pullback with your invalidation beneath the local low that we might be forming as we speak. As long as we don't get a break of structure over here towards the upside, it's so possible for BNB to visit lower levels. Wait for a sign of strength, and only if you get a trigger, then you execute a trade. Now the second trade idea is that you are simply going to wait for BNB to take out some sell-side liquidity. We have sell-side liquidity, guys, resting beneath these equal lows over here on the 4-hourly time frame. We have sell-side liquidity over here, resting beneath this low over here. And as you can see, we have formed a pretty big wick over here to the downside, which means that that wick can still get filled for 50%. So I've already provided you guys with 3 potential liquidity pools. I've already provided you guys with the invalidation for your swing long position. Now I don't want to spill everything to you guys every single time when I make a YouTube video. I want you guys to start to understand that if you ever want to become consistently profitable yourself, you cannot constantly copy trade signals and constantly copy analysis of other people. I provided you guys with some insights on BNB for a potential higher low play. Now it is up to you guys to take the next step. What is that next step? The next step is to identify potential support levels where you can potentially execute a swing long trade on a further pullback on BNB. Or we simply wait for the local downtrend to get shifted towards the upside, and then we get ourselves a long trigger as well to execute a long trade on BNB. If you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll catch you guys on Wednesday's video. Ciao, ciao!